On Wednesday, 1st of November, President of Lazio, Italy's region, Francisco Rocca, arrived in Mekelle. As President Francisco Rocca paid a visit to Tigray, he discussed with Tigrayan authorities led by President Getachew Reda. President Getachew Reda signed Memorandum of Understanding with Lazio's regional president to collaborate on health, education, agriculture, and other sectors. Expressing his gratitude, Tigray Interim Administration President Getachew Reda expressed the need to expedite efforts to reinstate the education sector in Tigray that he said was systematically devastated in the war on Tigray.
You've been supporting the people of Tigray for a long time, and we are particularly grateful to what you've been doing, not only in your capacity as governor of Lazio, but even before in your capacity as high official of the Federation of ICRC and International Red Cross Federation. And I have been briefed by my colleagues that you were also closely involved in the provision of medical supplies, even when the chips were down here in Tigray, when our people needed it most. And it gives me exceptional pleasure to welcome you here. I know you've been involved in supporting one of the very important hospitals and health institutions, and your visit this morning would not only highlight the kind of support you've been providing, but also your commitment to continue to engage us as the government, and of course to extend whatever support you could to the people of Tigray. Having said that, I don't have to go through introducing my members. It has already been taken care of, hopefully. As you know, Tigray has been in a very devastating war for the last 3 years. And it's been almost a year since we signed the Pretoria Agreement. Of course, 2 days from now, it will mark the first anniversary of the signing of the Pretoria Agreement. We have achieved some progress in the implementation of the Pretoria Agreement, but still we have a long way to go before we could safely conclude that all the commitments entered by the parties have been fully implemented. We still have a million plus IDPs who still wait to return to Western Tigray and Southern Tigray. We still expect the withdrawal of forces, non-India forces, for the Eritrean and Amhara forces from many parts of Tigray. And we believe this is a commitment undertaken by the federal government, and we have been working closely with the federal government to see to it that the Pretoria Agreement is fully implemented. Like I said, there is also the whole issue of demobilization and the reintegration of forces, and the progress in this regard has also been very minimal, to say the least. But more importantly, our commitment for peace and to continue on the path of peace is still intact. We'll do everything in our power to make sure that the people of Tigray continue to enjoy dividends of peace, not only in areas where the interim administration has extended its reach, but more importantly in areas where we still have IDPs and people in those areas are still under occupation. So we expect the international community to continue to support us in this regard. We'll continue to work closely together with the federal government to see to it that Pretoria is fully implemented in a manner that protects the interest of the people of Tigray, and of course contributes to the peace and stability not only of Ethiopia but also to the entire region. Having said that, I would like to take this opportunity to once again welcome you on behalf of the people of Tigray and on behalf of the interim regional administration of Tigray. Thank you.
The president of Lazio, Francisco Rocca, called the signing of an agreement a new beginning. He also promised that his region and the government of Italy at large will explore other ways of collaboration with the region of Tigray.
20 years of love, 20 years of relation, many friends, life of people that I've met, that changed my life. So now I have this new opportunity, and thank you so much for making it possible and for supporting the mission together with the Italian Embassy. I always tried in the different positions, different chapters of my life, once as a general director of a university hospital in Rome, and at that time we signed the first cooperation agreement with the previous head of Dr. Gebreab in 2005. Then, of course, I continued to follow, and unfortunately, during these devastating last 3 years, I was here in 2021, together with the first flight of medicine that could reach the region. Then, unfortunately, the war started, and it was impossible to come. And my life also changed, because a few months ago I've been elected in this new position. So I've decided that my first international mission should be here, in this place. And so I think that together we have a good opportunity. I'm really glad to hear about the implementation of the Pretoria Treaty, which is extremely important for peace. But we know perfectly that this is not enough. People need hope and dignity. Dignity doesn't come only with food. It comes with opportunities. It comes giving the youth and the new generation an hope. And this passed through what we have in mind to sign this cooperation agreement with the university for the creation of this kind of cooperation in training programs, education, because I think that this is fundamental after these 3 devastating years. My heart was bleeding in listening about the schools that unfortunately were not full of students and the laugh of the students, but unfortunately full of IDPs. So we have to rush to recover the time. And in my new position, I will do my best. And not only in the health, because health, of course, is maybe the first thing to give dignity to the people. But then we want to enlarge in agriculture. In my region, agriculture is the first economical source. I didn't know even myself when I was elected that was so important, agriculture for my region. And so we want to start also this kind of work together, if you will agree, and with your support, but also with companies. This is, we have, Lazio is famous because it's the region of the pharmaceutical district. So, and I know that the Italian embassy is working with the federal government just to implement the opportunity even about production of pharmaceuticals. So we have several fields. I'm looking forward about you passing through Italy so that we can even continue the discussion. But for now, I'm really happy that we can sign this new beginning together, strengthening the role of the Mekelle University together with maybe one of the oldest university in Europe, the University La Sapienza. So we can, I'm sure that we will do together a great work to serve the people of Tigray hand in hand. And count on me 100%, and of course, count on the support of the Italian government 100%. Thank you very much, President.
The president of the region of Lazio was accompanied by Italy's ambassador to Ethiopia and other officials from the embassy as he visited Mekelle University, Keha Hospital, and other areas in the capital. Both presidents also pledged to work together in other forms of cooperation in the economic and training fields between companies in the Lazio region and Tigray.
Like you have rightly pointed out, education is a priority for us. What happened the last 3 years is nothing short of tragedy. Schools were destroyed in many parts of Tigray, not as collateral damage, but they were deliberately targeted in many areas. And like you have rightly pointed out, a generation of students has been denied the right to go to school. And whatever we are trying to do right now to send kids to schools is not necessarily about giving them instructions. It's mostly about creating a sense of normalcy. Although the challenge is really, like you have rightly pointed out, more than 500 schools are still occupied by IDPs, not by students. in many cases, schools are full of unexploded ordinances. So we have a monumental task of making sure that students do not only students go back to school, but also get the measure of instruction that any child their age requires. Agriculture, health, your focus on those areas, and of course the kind of cooperation agreement we're going to sign, the MOU we're going to sign will definitely address some of the most critical challenges that we face here in Tigray. I would like to take this opportunity to once again express my gratitude to my friend Agostino Palese, who's not just an ambassador of Italy, but also a very great friend of Tigray. I know he's a great friend of Ethiopia, but more particularly, in my case, a great friend of Tigray, and he's been involved not only in this, but also in making sure that industries that have closed shop because of the war are now up in. He's very instrumental in making sure that those companies which once closed shop are functioning once again. And I hope this is not going to be the first visit, but the last visit, but the first visit. And I definitely will do everything in my power to make sure that this relationship works, because here in Tigray, we appreciate what you have been doing, and of course, we'll continue to count on you. And it gives me a great pleasure to once again express my gratitude, but also to welcome you here. I hope your stay will be enjoyable, and the visits that you've made to different institutions you've been supporting all along will also mean something in creating a sense of hope and a sense of confidence that our cooperation will yield more results. Like I said, we have a cultural experience, we have a tourism potential here, and it is also our hope and expectation that beyond helping in reconstruction efforts in Tigray, healing and reconstruction efforts in Tigray, but also will be part of economic reconstruction, and of course including tourism. We expect the support not only of the president of Lazio region, but also here my friend Agostino Palese, who's been very critical. I know there are institutions in Tigray which are being supported by the Italians, including medical institutions, and the cooperative agreement you will be signing that will see a closer cooperation between universities in Italy and universities in Tigray will also go a long way in further strengthening our cooperation. So once again, thank you, and we look forward to working closely together with you. And like I promised earlier, I'll be traveling to Europe, and of course, I would definitely make sure my first port of call is going to be your office. Thank you very much.
Both presidents exchanged gifts in the president's office in the presence of authorities from Tigray and the embassy of Italy. In an exclusive interview with Tigray television, Lazio's president Francisco Roca said the visit helped him to identify areas of support to Tigray.
I'm here to sign an MOU with the administration of the Tigray to develop more cooperation on health and agriculture and the economical sector. We want to invest in university, in education. This is our main aim for this MOU. And of course, we want to support after these terrible years of suffering of the Tigrayans, to support the reconstruction, but also the reconstruction of the soul. So this is for us maybe is even more important. So through concrete acts, to education, which has always been a very important pillar of this region. So I'm very proud of this cooperation with the University of Mekelle. I signed today. We had this important meeting with the president, the vice president, the head of the regional health bureau. And then we had the opportunity to visit the university, to listen from the professors about the challenges, how they are restarting after 3 years of devastation. And Then a very interesting visit in the Eider Hospital, just to find together with the director which are the priorities on which we can start our cooperation. And finally this evening, where is the piece of my heart in the Hewa Hospital in Kwiha, where we will continue to support the activities of the hospital. I'm accompanied by a professor of the University La Sapienza in Rome, and together with we will not take any initiative. Everything will be decided together with the officials of Tigray, the professors of the University of Mekelle. So we will identify, I think, more about laboratory, there's analysis, radiology. This is, I think, the main focus for the moment. And then, of course, Tigray is an important region also for agriculture. And in my region, agriculture is one of the main assets. So the idea that we discussed together with the government is to develop a strong cooperation to create the right condition for this to become an important asset also for the region. Thank you.